Good morning, my name is Mark Benthy and I'm the Director for Public Education and Preparedness at the statewide California Earthquake Center at USC. I run the Earthquake Country Alliance and Shakeout worldwide. We're really happy to be here today commemorating the International Shakeout Day, where millions of people worldwide are participating. They've gone to shakeout.org to register their participation. We have more than 10.5 million Californians today doing drop, cover, and hold on to practice what to do to be safe during earthquakes. Part of 19 million across the United States and more than 50 million people, 58 million people worldwide. So Shakeout is a good opportunity to practice what will happen when we have a large earthquake, to be safe, to prevent injuries, and to be able to quickly respond, as many of our partners here are going to be talking about that important role of their agencies after the earthquake, as well as before, and making sure California is best prepared, our buildings are safer, our people are safe, and that we're able to respond and recover quickly after earthquakes. It is my pleasure to introduce Mayor Karen Bass of the City of Los Angeles.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let me just say that as a born and raised Angeleno, I have experienced many earthquakes, and I certainly remember the Northridge earthquake in 1994 and the devastation that that caused. So if you also think about just this week, LA experienced heavy rainfall with flash flooding and severe thunderstorms that were forecast, which was especially concerning for the recent burn scar areas. But we activated swiftly and efficiently right here at the EOC, where city departments convened during an emergency to coordinate the pre-deployment of resources to get important information and to keep Angelenos safe. So whether we are talking about earthquakes or mudslides, it's about preparedness. And today, of course, is the International Shakeout Day, and that's why it's so important. Today, millions of people worldwide will participate in earthquake drills at work, school, and at home so that they know what to do in case of an emergency. And as a city, we're taking every measure we can to ensure that our homes, buildings, and most importantly, Angelenos are safe. So over the years, the Department of Building and Safety continues to enforce modern state codes and local ordinances to bolster earthquake resilience, including retrofitting and strengthening buildings to reduce the risk of damage during an earthquake. So through our non-ductile concrete retrofit program, crews are enhancing the seismic strength of structures to help them better withstand earthquakes. When constructing new bridges and gas piping, or in some cases modifying existing ones, earthquakes gas shutoff valves are installed to help prevent hazardous leaks during an emergency. I know our Chief Villanueva, will be up in a minute to talk about efforts that the fire department is taking. But we also need Angelenos to take action. Take action and make sure that you are prepared. Make sure that your family has a plan. The city's Ready Your LA Neighborhood program, or RYLAN, provides free and easy-to-use tools to help you and your family, business, and neighborhood prepare for disaster. You can learn more about this at ready.lacity.gov. And I know that throughout the Los Angeles area, there will be a number of community and neighborhood events, and I encourage you to look out for those events. One such event tomorrow will be at the Obama Sports Complex, and that will be a disaster preparedness program and community fair. And I know when you go to these community events, you can find out about kits or other resources that you can use to make sure that you and your families are prepared and safe. Thank you very much, and I'd like to introduce our interim fire chief, Ronnie Villanueva.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you to our partners at the statewide California Earthquake Center, Cal OES, the city's emergency management department, and Mayor Bass for organizing today's Shakeout Media event. The Los Angeles Fire Department is proud to participate once again in this vital annual exercise. It's one that reminds all of us, all of the Angelenos, of the importance of being prepared, not after a major earthquake. Today, millions across our state are taking part of the Great California Shakeout Drill. This is the largest earthquake preparedness exercise in the nation. And here in Los Angeles, we are proud to be leading the way. This drill is an opportunity to practice staying safe during an earthquake. It is not a question if an earthquake will happen. It's a question of when. At the LAFD, we prepare year-round for large-scale disasters, including earthquakes. Our firefighters are trained in urban search and rescue and regularly take part in community-wide drills just like this one today. We also maintain California Task Force. Our California Task Force 1 is an elite team of LAFD firefighters and specialists, ready to respond not only in Los Angeles, but across the nation. Today's Shakeout helps ensure our coordination with other city departments, utilities, and partner agencies that we remain seamless, which is essential when seconds count. Preparedness is a part of our mission, but it's also a shared responsibility with every resident, every business, and family in Los Angeles. For the members of the public watching today, preparedness starts at home. Secure heavy furniture, appliances, have an emergency supply kit ready, make family communication plans so everyone knows how to reach one another. Download My Shake app and stay informed by signing up for Notify LA, which is the city's official emergency alert system. When the shaking starts, remember these 3 critical steps: drop, cover, and hold on. Once the shaking stops, check for hazards like gas leaks, fires, down power lines. Expect aftershocks and move carefully. And if you're able, help your neighbors, especially the elderly and those who have challenges with mobility. Earthquakes are part of living in Southern California, like the mayor mentioned, but so is resilience. This Shakeout is more than just a one-day drill. It is a reminder that working together, staying prepared, and practicing today, we can save lives tomorrow. On behalf of more than 3,000 men and women of Los Angeles City Fire Department, thank you for participating and joining millions of Californians across the state and our city in taking preparedness seriously. Thank you. Stay safe, Los Angeles. También quiero decir unas palabras en español. Soy Ronnie Villanueva, el jefe del Cuerpo de Bomberos de la Ciudad de Los Ángeles. Y lo que quiero decir es que tienes que tener un plan. Y también tienes que comunicar con tu familia para que tienen los números de teléfono para marcar familia. Eso es muy, muy importante. También quiero dar gracias a la alcaldesa Vaz para ayudar a todos nosotros hoy. También hay 3 palabras que son muy importantes. Agáchase, cúbrese y sujétese. Eso es la más importante. Si estás en una silla de ruedas, frene, cúbrase y sujétese. Gracias. Que pasen buen día. Now I'd like to introduce Carol Parks, who's the General Manager of Emergency Management Department.
Good morning, Los Angeles. Thank you to the organizers of today's event, the Earthquake Country Alliance and the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services and the Federal Emergency Management Agency for supporting this event. And thank you to our illustrious Mayor, Mayor Bass, for your presence today. It is indeed the Great California Shakeout, our annual earthquake preparedness drill. As it's been said, millions of people across the nation and around the world will practice how to stay safe during an earthquake. But it's really more than a drill. It's about building a culture of readiness. As the City of Los Angeles Emergency Management Department, we want to remind everyone that preparedness is one of the most effective ways we can protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. As Angelenos, we live with the realities that earthquakes can strike at any time. While we can't predict them, we can prepare for them, and preparation actually does save lives. The reality reminds us that preparedness is not optional, it is essential. So, what can you do today? Every household, business, and school in Los Angeles should use today the Great Shakeout as a reminder to take action. Develop or review your emergency plans, check your emergency supplies, and then have a conversation with your family, friends, coworkers about how you will communicate and reconnect after an earthquake. Preparedness really doesn't have to be complicated. Small actions you take today can make a big difference when disaster strikes. But preparedness goes beyond individual action. Through the city's Ready Your LA neighborhood, as the mayor has described, we can help residents connect with their neighbors to build community-based emergency plans. Visit readyla.org to learn more about the Ready Your LA neighborhood program. If you haven't done so, please sign up for Notify LA, our city's emergency alert system at notifyla.org. Preparedness is a shared responsibility. When each of us takes action, our entire city becomes stronger. Thank you to all of our residents, schools, businesses, and community partners for your participation in today's Great Shakeout drill. Remember, drop, cover, and hold on, and stay ready, Los Angeles. I would like to introduce our next speaker, Ian Bastek, Deputy Director of Response from the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services.
Good morning. I'd like to start by thanking Mark Benthian and the Earthquake Country Alliance for organizing this great event. We at California encourage all, we at Cal OES encourage all Californians to participate today in the Great California Shakeout. You know, living in California, there are constant reminders about the threat of earthquakes. On average, in this state, we have about 10,000 earthquakes each year. And that's why my friends and I at Cal OES are traveling across the state to share with California communities a few important tips that you can take now to be earthquake prepared. That's what this event is all about, preparedness. We want to ensure every Californian is ready now because you don't know when the next big earthquake will occur. So we all need to be prepared now. Preparedness means things like having a go bag ready, having your cell phone charged and your car gassed or charged, discussing and practicing drop, cover, and hold on with your coworkers, families, and friends, and also downloading the MyShake app on your smart devices. Already 4.2 million of our fellow Californians have downloaded the app. Depending on your proximity to the epicenter, the app can give you precious time to execute your drop, cover, and hold on when an earthquake of magnitude 4.5 or greater occurs. And one of the great things about it is comes in 6 different languages. Most recently, Southern California experienced a 5.2 magnitude earthquake in Julian, and MyShake app alerted nearly 700,000 devices. This clearly demonstrates our need to be prepared and share with those around us the importance of taking part in events like today. I'd like to close by thanking Mayor Bass and Carol Parks of the Los Angeles Emergency Management Department for hosting this great event, as well as our earthquake preparedness partners we share with this event today. And now I'd like to introduce Janelle Mathey, the Chief Mitigation Officer from the California Earthquake Authority.
Thank you. Well, as a structural engineer with, let's just say, a few years' experience, I know that earthquakes can be damaging, disruptive, and often deadly, but they don't have to be. There are known vulnerabilities in structures but there are also known strengthening or retrofit measures to improve them, to put the same protections that you would find in today's building codes into older buildings. The Earthquake Retrofit Program, Earthquake Brace and Bolt, has registration open through midnight tomorrow night. We would like to encourage homeowners with older homes, pre-1980 homes, to go to our website, sign up. They could receive a grant of up to $3,000 to retrofit their crawl spaces. This is the kind of damage that puts families out of their home on average 2.5 years after the earthquake. Earthquake Brace and Bolt is managed jointly by the California Earthquake Authority and the Governor's Office of Emergency Services. We have known vulnerabilities, but we have solutions, and they're within our grasp. EarthquakeBraceBolt.com is where homeowners can go to find out how to be more resilient against earthquakes. And now it is my great privilege to introduce Dr. Ahmed Elbana, the Director Designate at the statewide California Earthquake Center at USC.
Good morning. On behalf of SCEC, I would like to thank you all for being here today. The earthquake that we are concerned about could happen today, tomorrow, next year, or in 10 years, but we know it's going to happen. And every day that passes in California without this earthquake happening is a gift, is an opportunity for us to prepare and improve our resilience. And today, this is a big part of our preparedness. We train and practice to what to do when the shaking happens or when we receive our alert, but we would like to also remember that it doesn't stop there. After earthquakes, there are fires, there are landslides, there's liquefaction, there are impacts on our electricity, water, roads, transportation, bridges, and if we don't do our part, the consequences would be catastrophic. And at SCEC, we work on the science that helps us understand earthquakes and help us produce products that inform engineers and other partners of how to improve our resilience and preparedness. So I would like to thank you all for the leadership in making California safer and more resilient. And it would be my pleasure to introduce Amanda Morita, Regional Disaster Officer from the Red Cross. Thank you very much.
Good morning. We all know the big one is coming. We just don't know when. But the Red Cross is here to make sure that you are ready and your family is safe. The American Red Cross doesn't just show up during disasters. We show up before, we show up during, and we show up after. We help families get prepared with easy tools like our earthquake safety checklist and the Red Cross emergency app that sends alerts directly to your phone. Our volunteers open shelters, serve hot meals, hand out emergency supplies, and provide comfort when people need it the most. And after we're done with that, we stick around and we help those families recover and to become stronger than they were before. Last year, the American Red Cross responded to nearly 60,000 disasters across the country, including home fires, hurricanes, floods, wildfires, and yes, earthquakes. Each one reminded us just how powerful preparedness is. And here's the truth. The first responder in a disaster is going to be you. And you should be prepared. Know how to drop, cover, and hold on. Have a go bag ready with food, water, medicine, and flashlights. And most importantly, talk to your family and neighbors about what you'll do when the ground starts shaking. The Red Cross trains thousands of volunteers who are ready to roll when disaster strikes. But the more prepared you are, the safer our entire community becomes. So let's make today more than just a drill. Let's make it a wake-up call. Today's the day that LA says we're ready for the big one. Because it's coming. And when it does, we'll face it together as a strong, connected, and resilient community. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Lauren Meister from the Director of Operations for the Emergency Network of Los Angeles.
Thank you, Amanda. Emergency Network Los Angeles is the VOAD that serves Los Angeles County. VOAD stands for Voluntary Organizations Active in Disaster. We represent a network of nonprofit, community, and faith-based organizations, from the Red Cross to food banks to organizations that provide emotional and spiritual care. In Gray Skies, we work with our government partners to provide relief and recovery resources to impacted communities. In Blue Skies, we provide education and other resources to our nonprofit organizations so that they can be more prepared for the next disaster. The Great Shakeout is an opportunity to prepare for the big one. The more prepared our nonprofit organizations, the more prepared the communities they serve. So drop, cover, and hold on today, and do it again tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to all of our speakers and the fantastic comments, really important messaging for what we all need to be doing and how we come together. We're all in this together. We will be all in it together when the earthquakes happen. What's going to be happening next is we're going to have a tour for the media and perhaps some others too, if you're interested. This building was designed to, of course, as the Emergency Operations Center, to remain functional after an earthquake. So it has a base isolation system so that the ground can move a lot, but the building will move less. And you'll be able to go down in the basement and see that system. And so that's going to be happening right now. And then up at 9:45, we're going to have a huddle to give you instructions for everyone really on how we're going to go into the Emergency Operations Center for the earthquake drill at 10:16. So for the media as well as everybody, kind of what we'll be doing there, how you'll access that. And then shortly after that drill, the drop, cover, hold on drill in the Operations Center, everyone's going to evacuate out to, I believe, the back parking lot. And then we're going to have another little drill there because there's going to be an aftershock. So that's what's coming up. We won't be taking questions here at the podium, but many of our speakers here today will be available for your questions. Thank you very much.